The first word when I think of this year's team is just excitement. There's a lot of newness, a lot of excitement, whether it's how we look on the field, obviously new helmets, a new turf to play on, and new staff and a new energy. So there's a lot of excitement and energy surrounding this team right now, and that's really what you've seen in camp. And we're coming on a solid foundation. And Coach Smith, in 32 years, it's been a neat foundation that we can build upon, and that's been our motto, is brick by brick each day coming into camp, and knowing that there's a lot of work to do, but if each day that we just focus on the process, focus on getting better each day, then the big results will take care of themselves. And when you think about the offensive side of the football, it always needs to start up front. And we have a number of guys who have experience coming back. Mitch Zychek, he's the senior of the group, and it's been neat to see his leadership, and he's been a young man that has been on the field for 4 years, all the way since his freshman year. Along with Dan Sedjo has playing experience, John Morris, Brian Mitchell, so we have some upperclassmen who've been able to really take a leadership role in that regard. And when you think about the skill positions, Brett Pinson is a young man at wide receiver who's our senior leader of that group, and really had a breakout season last year. And it's been neat to see him really bringing the other guys along. Luke Brancato, another guy who has been out there as a senior, and David Folkmeyer. And at running back, Andrew Schauer got a lot of time last year as a sophomore, and now he took the next step as a junior, and that's a very talented group, and he's had the most playing experience of the group, so it's been neat to see his leadership. And we've had a number of guys who have experience at quarterback. Caleb Jaquil, Tony Caroscia, both got great experience last year, and they've been leaders at that position. You know, when I think about the defense, I like to just touch upon Mike Hoyt. We are very blessed to get a man with a lot of experience. He's been coaching in the playoffs of Division III. He's been a former head coach, so he brings a wealth of experience with him, and especially in the 4-2-5 defense. And just having our guys be aggressive and fly to the football. You've certainly seen that throughout camp, and it's been really neat to see how he's utilized the personnel that we have. And Jeff Kroll is a guy at linebacker who has had experience, and really how Coach Hoyt has used him. He's been able to utilize his strength in the run game, but also some of his versatility in the pass to drop into coverage. And it's been neat to see Jeff Kroll at the linebacker spot as a senior leader really stepping up. Up front, we have a lot of veteran guys, whether it's Connor Lowe, Jake Armbrecht, and it's been neat to see Dan Dorman, an upperclassman, a senior who's played a lot of linebacker, but in Coach Hoyt's scheme has been able to put his hand in the dirt on the defensive line a little bit more than he would have experience with. And he's embraced that and has really added depth to our defensive front. And in the secondary, a lot of experience back there as well. At safety with Andrew Seifert, Kyle Byer, guys who have been on the field now coming up on 3 years, getting used to being in game-like situations. They have been leaders in the back end for us, and Jimmy Cinciola at corner. And for a first-year head coach, when you think about your punter returning, your kicker returning, your holder returning, those are things that I do not take for granted. Anthony Marnesian has been a staple at punter for us for a few years now, and just his experience back there in the punt game has really taken a lot of pressure, off of myself. And when you have a veteran guy back there, it certainly can put the head coach at peace. And Peyton Carlucci returning at kicker, and Andrew Chori to hold for him, and to have those two back for another year who really have a nice chemistry with one another. So special teams is very important. It's 1/3 of the game, like you said, and we have some key returners there that we look forward to depending upon in our special teams game. It is a big group from a quantity standpoint, and we needed that. It's helped with our numbers and how we practice. But most importantly, at the end of the day, is the quality. And coming in, there was a lot of excitement and just anticipation to see how these young men perform on the field, not just what we saw on film, but perform live in front of us. And certainly this group has answered the call there. And it's been neat to see the talent in this group, the athleticism, the size on the offensive and defensive line. And as a whole, it is a big class, but more importantly, it's a quality class, a class that has players that we feel are ready to play on Saturday now. The key for us right now is to keep our eyes on our vision. We use a phrase, focus on your vision, not your circumstance. And certainly our program has found itself in some tough circumstances, and we need to keep our eyes on the vision of where we want to go. And that's a key for us. When times get tough, keep your eyes on the vision. And along with vision is the process. And we use the phrase with our guys, see a little, see a lot, see nothing. There is a lot that we have to do to get to where we want to go. And if you focus on all the things that need to happen, you can quickly get overwhelmed. And if each day we just focus on getting better at what we're asking each other to do, then the big results will take care of themselves.